Good evening, good evening, good evening. What a wonderful evening it is. I've been looking through a number of things today, reading through my emails, listening to people talking about this and that. I had some fantastic news from two students of mine who've successfully passed their first certificate English examination, which of course all credit and all merit goes entirely to them. Hugo simply helped them on their way. I do not, under any condition, want to say it was my doing. It was not. All I simply did was encouraged and pointed the candidates in the right direction, and they did exactly what they felt, but very much following my guidelines. And as I say, all credit and all merit goes to them and only to them. The first certificate English examination is an exam, I would say, for proficient English speakers. On average, most students are around 17, 18 years old. I have one student who is just 15, turning 16, so extremely young, and she passed. So all our hearts and congratulations go out to this young lady because, as I say, it was a big, big, big challenge. And I said, no, you can do it. You will do it. You must do it. And I'm sure I'm confident that you will do it. And she was. She was successful. And now she can put it in her pocket. Here's your pocket. Put it in your pocket and say, I've got my first certificate English exam under my belt. So when it next comes up and we're needing it, we've got it. Having said that, I was wandering around this afternoon and actually had an hour or so just drifting around the shops, funnily enough, something I do not very often, I confess. And I was together with two or three people, and I came across, we were actually in a clothes shop, but it was one of these sort of bazaars where more or less they sell most apparel, whether it's footwear, jeans, t-shirts, polos, women's, men, kids wear, all sorts. You name it, they had it. But I would say relatively good quality, very good prices. I think you could say they've weathered the storm, which is, of course, pulled through the pandemic. We're now into the, I hope, I don't want to push the boat out too soon, but we are into that stage where people are starting to look and be a little more positive and a little more sure of themselves and a little more certain. And the women, two delightful women running this shop, said, you can't believe all the trouble we went through. And I said, I'm sure you had a dramatic time, as everybody did. And the shop, sure enough, was closed during the lockdown period, and has since reopened and is back into business, back on the road, and there go, selling like mad, which is fundamental. And can you believe it? And I'll just literally throw it in as an idea, as a topic of discussion. And it brings me to saying, because I saw in the corner of the shop an old sewing machine it could have been 100 or 150 years old, perhaps even more. It was a Pfaff, spelled P-F-A-F-F, which I believe I'm correct in saying is a German model. And to my absolute surprise, of course, this sewing machine is still up and running, despite it's 150 years old, and is actually used by these women to make any last-minute repairs or turn up jeans, and they use it as a sewing machine. And these days, to have a consumer product like a sewing machine, fridge, freezer, dishwasher, you name it, things, items, objects, with perhaps the exception of a light bulb, these days are not made to last. In those days, they were made to last, and they lasted, because if, as I say, if you saw this sewing machine, it was a piece of antique beauty and really well kept, and every fine mechanical working part of it was carefully lubricated and oiled and everything. And as I say, as a result, still up and functional and working. These days, they're pretty difficult to come by. An item, a consumer good such as or similar to a sewing machine, like so many things that we have today in our houses, in our lives, that are made to last. They are made not to break down, whereas today things are made not to last and to break down. Because if they break down, it means they have to be repaired, and therefore we've got somebody who's selling spare parts. We're also employing somebody to carry out the repairs, but more than anything, if the repair is such that it costs more than the actual item costs new, then what's the end result, Hugo? The end result is, Michaela, you tell us all, what is the end result? You go out and you buy a new fridge, or a new dishwasher, or a new freezer, or a new, I will say, light bulb, and leave light bulb with you, just to consider, because light bulbs are very strange, and therefore it's a different market. Anyway, thanks for listening. Tune in again tomorrow and we'll be back. Have a lovely evening and enjoy yourselves and keep tuned. Bye for now.